And I want you to become really, really open-minded, open-hearted today, and just maybe for the first time, accept this idea and play with this idea that you are able to earn 12 times more than what you are earning right now, not only once, but multiple times for the rest of your life, because other people have done it. I have sent you guys an email with some testimonials yesterday. I hope you read that email. They're from people who took the TIR Thinking into Results program and who really changed their lives. Starting from Bob Proctor. So Bob, when he started learning this material, he said, which was over 60 years ago, he used to earn only $4,000 a year. So 60 years ago, long time ago, but still he said, I used to earn 4,000 and I used to owe 6,000. And just 1 year after he took this material and he studied this, he changed his income to $150,000. And then after that, a few more $100,000. And then just in a few years to $1 million and more. And then, so what was he doing? He was cleaning offices. So he said, if someone asked me, what were you doing? How did you earn that much money? I would say I was cleaning offices. So he wasn't doing anything special. It was not a very unique business. So many other people have been doing or still doing cleaning houses, cleaning offices. And then he became really obsessed about, so what changed in him? Why was he earning that much money? And he said, so many times when people earn money, they just become excited. They go out and they live an amazing lifestyle, which is great. They spend money and they just enjoy life. But for him, he said, earning money made him really, really become obsessed about the idea of what changed in him. And he wanted to learn and he wanted to teach this to other people. And it took him 9 years. So he went, while he was cleaning offices and started doing other businesses and earning millions of dollars, he was on this journey of figuring out what really shifted in him that made him to earn that much money. Because he said he gave the same book, Think and Grow Rich, to other people. He gave the same recordings of his mentor, Earl Nightingale, to other people, and nothing really changed for others. So he wanted to see what was the difference between him and others. And after he figured it out, finally, after 9 years, he figured out what was the reason and what was happening in his mind. And basically what the reason was a paradigm shift. So without knowing it, he experienced a paradigm shift in his mind, and he shifted his subconscious mind and his thinking and his programming. And then all he wanted to do was teaching this material to other people, because he knew that if he could do it, he always said, I'm not smart and I'm not from a rich family and I don't have, he was a high school dropoff. So he said, if I could do it for myself, I knew that absolutely anyone else could do it. He couldn't even read a book properly. That was like his vocabulary was very limited. So he said, if I could do it, if I could change my income and earn hundreds of thousands of dollars and then millions of dollars, I knew that it is possible for other people as well. I figured it out, took me 9 years, and now all he wanted to do was teaching it. And that's exactly what he did for the rest of his life, every day for the rest of his life, for about 60 years. So the point I'm making is that I want you to accept this idea. Just tell yourself, I'm accepting this idea. If it's possible for Bob, if it's possible for X and Greg, if it's possible for other people, it is absolutely possible for me as well, because we are all the same. Our spiritual DNA is perfect. Have you thought about that? When I first heard that, I paused for a few seconds and I thought, what does that really mean? Our spiritual DNA is perfect. It means we have been created in God's image. There is perfection within each and every one of us. The perfection is within us. It doesn't have to do with our luck. It doesn't have to do with our talent and abilities and credentials and the income that we earn. There is perfection within our spiritual DNA, our spirituality, because we are spirits, we are energy, we are source. We've been created in God's image. So we can do absolutely anything. It's just becoming aware of it and accepting the ideas and changing our limiting beliefs. How do we change our limiting beliefs? If you have a limiting belief right now about your lifestyle, about your income, about the amount of money that you can earn, how do you change that? The way you change something is by focusing on a new model, a new belief. So you want to take your focus from what is a limiting belief. You don't even want to think about it. You think about it once and you say, okay, I realize I have this limiting belief. And then from there, you focus on the new belief that you want to create. And you just give more energy to that. What we give more energy, we create in our life. We give life to it. It becomes stronger. So you create a new belief. And there is a practice to do that. You literally write down your limiting beliefs and you either burn that piece of paper or just shred it. It's symbolic and it might not logically make sense, but it makes sense for your subconscious mind. So take a piece of paper, write down all your limiting beliefs. Like, I believe this is my lifestyle. I believe this is how much I can earn. I believe this is the kind of relationships that I can have. I believe this and that, and these are all limiting beliefs. You shred that piece of paper or you burn it somewhere safe, obviously. And then on another piece of paper, you write down your new beliefs. And you want that in front of your eyes and you want to review that day after day after day. So 2 things that we want to talk about today, which are super important when it comes to increasing our income in a quantum leap way, like in a short period of time, increasing our income 12 times more. Self-image and attitude. And I'm going to talk about these 2 today. Really, really important. And so we want to see what is the relationship between our self-image and our income, and what is the relationship between our attitude and our income. So self-image literally is the concept of yourself that you have about yourself, like the concept of you, the way you think about yourself, the way deep down you see yourself. It is not how you look, it is not how you dress, although those are also coming from your belief about yourself. So if you are put together, if you take care of yourself, take care of your health and skin, and you put on nice clothes, it means you have a strong self-image inside of you. It's just a superficial level of showing how you feel about you inside. But the inside image is more important, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to ask you to think about your fridge and think about a feather, or think about your car. Think about your bedroom. When I ask you to think about these, what happens? Right as the second that I ask you to think about something, an image comes to your mind, right? An image of your fridge, a feather, your bedroom, because we think in images. That's how we think. That's how our mind works. And the same goes for when we think about ourselves. Like when I think about myself, Helia, there is an image in my mind, the kind of person I am. Am I shy? Am I brave? Am I poor? Am I rich? Am I decisive? Do I procrastinate? All those things, like there is a package, an image that comes to mind when you think about yourself. And there is also a feeling attached to it. how you like yourself. Do you criticize yourself? If you are a kind of person that you criticize yourself, I want you to stop it right away. I want you to be responsible for your life, because we all are responsible for our lives. We cannot blame anyone else. No matter what anyone else does, we are responsible for our life. Even if someone does something horrible to us, we still have choices. We still have a choice to learn the lessons and move on and become a stronger person, or stay in the victim mode. So we want to take the power back and know that we are responsible for everything happens for our life, but we don't want to criticize ourselves. We want to have grace. You don't want to criticize yourself. So the self-image that you have is super, super important when it comes to all aspects of your life, but we are focused on the income today. So the income level that you're earning right now cannot go any further than the self-image that you are holding. So if you want to change your income, the first thing you have to do before thinking about any tactics and strategies and putting out the resumes and finding another job or applying for another business is to work on your self-image. You can never exceed your self-image, but the good news is you can change your self-image. And you are the only person who can change your self-image. I can teach you how to do that, but I cannot do it for you. You can do it for yourself. And I have been personally in this process of changing my self-image for months and years now. And sometimes people even notice it from outside, which is cool. Sometimes they don't, and doesn't matter. The fact is, you want to change your self-image for yourself, and doesn't matter what other people think and how they see you. At some point, I was afraid that if I change my self-image, and I knew there is so much more for me, and I knew I have this potential inside, and I'm dying to just expand and do more with my life. But I was kind of afraid of, what if like my sister thinks, who is this new person? Why is she acting like that? Why is she talking and walking like that? So I was really concerned with what everyone else would think, especially close family and friends. But that's just garbage. I want you to get rid of that. Who cares? Like, this is your life. We only have one life, as far as we know, in this human body that we know. So it doesn't matter what everyone else thinks, your family, your friends. You take care and take ownership of your life, and you do what is best for you. You change your self-image, you become a new person. There is a very, very amazing book that, Harriet, I think you know that, and I think you have that actually. Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. This book, which is a pretty big book, it's like 290 pages. It's all about improving your self-image. So it says, improve your self-image, learn to use your positive past, set and achieve worthwhile goals, develop compassion, self-respect, and forgiveness, cultivate the power of rational thinking, discover the key to a happier, more successful life. It's a very practical book, and it has a lot of exercises. I have gone through this book 2 times so far, but it's absolutely not enough. My mentor went through that 25 times, and Bob Proctor, I don't know how many times, a lot of times. There is a quote by the author of this book, Maxwell Maltz, and I love this quote. I love quotes because they're so small and at the same time so meaningful, and you can memorize them and use them during the day whenever you feel like you're going down and you feel low and you're not where you need to be. You can just have these quotes maybe in your office, on your phone, and you just can read them, and they uplift you, and they're very meaningful. Like this one says, you will act like the sort of person you conceive yourself to be. It is so, so powerful. You will act like the sort of person you conceive yourself to be. So you know how people sometimes become disciplined and they force themselves to take actions, to do this and hard work, and they can, and you can, probably for a short period of time, or if it is for a long period of time, they will burn out and they will live a miserable life because they are changing their behaviors without changing the main cause of their behavior, which is self-image. So it says you will act like the sort of person you conceive yourself to be. So our behaviors come from the picture that we have from ourselves, the sort of person we conceive ourselves to be. I love that quotation. Yes, me too. It's so good. I just keep reading it every day. And today I was reading it a lot and I'm like, that makes so much sense. You can only act as a person that you know yourself to be. If you have a self-image that you are shy and you are introverted and you're not good with people or not good with communications, you're not going to go out there. You're not going to go out there, talk to people and convince them to buy your product or service. So we have to change that self-image. And the self-image is deep inside our paradigm. So when we change our paradigm, when we shift our paradigm, so many things change, including our self-image. Another thing that is so important when it comes to our income and to our life in general is your attitude, is our attitude. So when I talk about attitude, people usually don't know the correct meaning of attitude. People think having the right attitude means always being happy or always being positive. That's not true. Attitude is right thinking. And the way that it really made sense for me was when my mentor explained it to me. He said, it's easy to have the right attitude when everything is going right for you. If you have a great life, you have a good income, you have a good relationship, of course, you can have a great attitude and everybody can do that easily. But the professionals in life are people who have the right attitude when things are not going their way. And we have to develop that. Maybe we haven't learned that so far, but there is a way to do that. What is the attitude? The attitude is a composite of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. So think about your income. What is your attitude towards your income? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? And what are your actions towards your income? What is your attitude towards money? Do you think it's hard to earn money? Do you think money doesn't grow on trees? Do you feel scarcity when it comes to money? Do you feel lack when you are paying your bills? How do you feel? I learned that few months ago, and I absolutely love that. I used to be one of those people when anytime I paid my bills, I was like, oh, I don't like that. Why am I paying that much? This is so expensive. This internet, I have to look for another cheaper internet service. And I learned that money is just energy and it has to be circulating. It has to be. If it doesn't go out, it's not going to come back in. And whenever I'm paying my bills, I say, I'm so grateful, I'm thankful, I'm happy that I have the ability to pay for my bills. So become really, really grateful when you're paying your bills. Appreciate the money that you're giving out for the service that you're getting. This, just this small thing is going to completely change your money mindset. It's going to put you in a different level of energy. I'm telling you, you're going to feel so much more abundant when it comes to money. Do this practice next time you're paying your bills. So we have an attitude about everything, attitude about paying our bills, attitude about earning money, saving money, our attitude about what is your attitude about your relationships and your romantic relationship and your health and your eating habits. So just really, really observe your attitude about everything in your life and know that you can change it. And you change it from changing your thoughts, feelings, and then actions. Actions come automatically when you change your thoughts and feelings. Thoughts on a conscious level and feelings on a subconscious level, and both are super, super important. So you want to think abundant when it comes to earning more money. You want to think possibilities, and you want to really feel it in your body. So that's the key. You don't want to just write down, this is the amount of money that I want, and you don't feel anything. Or sometimes you even feel scared. You want to really feel the abundance and possibilities and joy and see yourself as this new person. So when you are working on your self-image and attitude, you want to see yourself as this, not another person. It is still you. It's just a different version of you. It's a little bit higher version of you. There is always another higher version of you that you can tap into. So that was it for today. Today was day 4. Gonna have another amazing session tomorrow for the last day, day 5th.